What up, guys? Alchemist saying something nice for you. So as I told you guys, I was doing a series of trying to make builds for every featured hunter exotic we had, and besides Dragon Shadow, which is PvP, I completed all of these. So if you're ever curious about a build for any of the hunter exotics, I got them. Only one I haven't done yet is Blight Ranger. But today we're rocking with Renewal Grass. Yes, I have the exotic class item, just show y'all a more pro improved version of the build, but I will be showing you guys a Renewal Grass version of it as well, in case you're trying to do conquest or you don't have this exotic class item. But if you want the pro version of this build, the exotic class item you want is Signoragni and Renewal Grass. Those are the two you want. So when you throw your Dustfield Grenade, you get Woven Mail, and if you stand inside the Dustfield Grenade, you get Frost Armor. Alright, this build is the unkillable build. If some of you guys are familiar with my channel, I have made this build multiple times before in the past with new iterations to make it even tankier of just basically unkillable as a hunter. I want to make a support-ish type build with this. With the Renewal Grass, we got the support version of this build with Navigator on, in case you want to help your teammates and stuff out while also being tanky, because some people don't know when you shoot the Navigator exotic trace rifle at your teammates, not only do it give them Woven Mail, it gives yourself Woven Mail, and it gives them a bump of health as well. If their health is low, you can shoot at them and give them some health. So in this build, we'll be spamming our Dustfield Grenade not only to help ourselves but our teammates as well. If they stand inside Dustfield Grenade, they get Frost Armor. But I want to take it even further and beyond Super Saiyan 3 to make this build very broken for us. So we're rocking Buried Bloodline in this build, because Buried Bloodline, if we get multiple kills with it, we get Devour. Devour making that we get grenade energy every time we get a kill, and we also get health every time we kill enemies with it. So you want to proc Devour with Buried Bloodline in this build, and then you want to run your heavy machine gun to kill the ass in this build after you got your Devour. Basically using Buried Bloodline as utility in this build. I wouldn't recommend ulterior observation personally in harder end content. Harder end content, it feels like it tickles them. They don't do much. In easier content, then yeah, by all means you can use this. But in harder end content, I recommend you use a machine gun that has more that have like damage perks to it to make it stronger. Mine didn't have no damage perks on it, so that would explain some things here. But you do want to have Demolitionist if you want to get kills to help you get your grenade back even quicker while you have Devour on. So that's good as well. And if you don't believe me, let me just show you guys a good example. Get Devour proc. After getting 4 kills, we're gonna throw our grenade, and then we're gonna pull out this. It got demolitions on it, and then we got our grenade and 4 kills. Some more kills again. You'll begin your grenade every 4 kills with Devour on with Demolitionist. This is not the only thing we have with Demolitionist. We also have our Festival Flight with Demolitionist is on. But also too, I want to show too, if you have Shield Crush activated, get our Devour back from the 4 kills. If we have Shield Crush activated with Ascension and we get the kills, you get it in almost 3 kills basically. So just keep that in mind. You'll be spamming your Demolitionist. I mean, you'll be getting your grenade back very fast with Devour on and Demolitionist in your build. And then, like I said, we got Festival Flight with Demolitionist as well, but we mostly want it for the attrition orbs so that we can make orbs more consistently in this build when I shoot into a crowd. The artifact mods you want to have on is very simple and the same for both builds. You want Tangle Web on because we will be making a lot of tangles in this build with the severing of the enemies and whatnot. And we got Threaded Blast on to shoot the tangles with our Threaded Spike or with our Festival Flight to do a big Threaded Explosion, or if you're rocking Navigator, that as well. We got on Colorado Darkness. We will be doing severing all the enemies to make them do 40% less damage to us. So if you have any solar weapon, it will be getting that 30% extra damage. We got Shield Crush on because we will have Woven Mail in this build, Frost Armor in this build, Amplify in this build, and Radiant in this build. So you will be double dipping in everything in Shield Crush, okay? You could do Void Overshield as well for damage reduction, but I went with Restoration. Just seems better for keeping that health up no matter what while I have my damage resist on. But I went with restoration instead with golden gun instead of having tether on. But you can go either or. It's up to you. You want to have on fever and chill in this build in case you're using like what I'm using, a station machine gun. You get some frost armor easier. Or if you're rocking a solo weapon in my other build for this build, with renewal grass on with navigator, you can get radiant with your solo weapon year type. We got on elemental benevolence, so whenever we proc elemental buff for our teammates, which would be frost armor if they go inside dust field grenade, we get class ability energy, so we can do amplified in this build, which also gives some damage resistance. And then we got frost renewal on. We'll all have frost armor on, so when we take critical damage, it'll freeze enemies near us and renew no pun intended, renew our frost armor that we already had on back to its max timer with this on. Then we got tightly woven on. We have woven mail on, so we might as well get that plus 20 stat and class ability and grenade stat. That's why I'm rocking 160 class ability stat. I'll always have 180, and then I got a class plus 20 class font in my class item, give me 200, and then grenade stat on rematter area at 100. Okay. If you're wondering why we're rocking 200 class ability stat, when you probably class ability, if you have 200, you'll get an overshield. So this is without us having woven mail proc for the plus 20 and orb of light. But if I do have woven mail proc and an orb of light, and then when I prop my class ability, we get a full overshield for 5 seconds. So that's why we're rocking 200 class ability to give us even more damage reduction in this build. Now, class ability. We got golden gun on for restoration with faster to purpose. Like I said, you can run tether to get a void overshield if you want that, for even more damage resistance. But I believe we already got enough damage resistance to build. We need that uptime on healing non-stop with the damage resistance on to make us unkillable. So boom, golden gun for restoration. Plus golden gun, you can pop ascension 24/7 while you inside golden gun, meaning we can make infinite clones in the air with threat of specter for survivability to support our teammates, so that the enemies shooting at the clones in the air instead of our teammates. We got threaded spike on. Like I said, any enemy that's hit with threaded spike gets severed for 10 seconds. Severed enemy do 40% less damage. We got on dust field grenade because of renewal. We stand aside it. We get frost armor, which gives us damage resistance. I'll throw the damage resistance on the screen for frost armor when you at ×5. But also too, dust field making that enemies that stand inside the dust field grenade do less damage as well. I believe 50% less damage. So you also can throw the dust field grenade at the enemies and get inside of it and just know the enemy cannot kill you because you're getting frost armor and they're doing less damage. And if you sever them, that stacks. They severed, they in a dust field grenade, they do less damage from both of those, and you got your frost armor. We got amplified so that we get the extra 15% damage resistance, and we can make the enemies have less accuracy on us, and we get free choke. We got threaded spike on, so when I prop ascension, we leave a clone in the air so the enemies are aggroed on the clone. Fragments, we're rocking faster to dawn, so whenever we throw our 30 spike, we get 20% extra damage for our weapons with radiant. We got on faster protection on, so when we close to enemies, 15% damage reduction. Faster to purpose, so when I pick up an orb, we get restoration because we got golden gun on. Faster to hope, so whenever I got elemental buff on, it gives us uptime on our class ability, aka ascension, by 60%. We don't have Emerald Light in this build, so I wanted a way to get ascension back as quick as possible. The more elemental buffs you have on, it stacks on another elemental. It stacks on another 60%. So if you got 2 elemental buffs on, it's double 60%, not just 160%. So it make it go up even quicker. Our double will be ascension and radiant non-stop. So amplified and radiant non-stop. So we also have way more uptime on our class ability. And then I got faster courage on just for the plus 10 grenade stat. So I have 100 grenade stat in this build. Only reason. Okay. Mods are very important. We're rocking 2 special ammo finders since we will be using Buried Bloodline a lot in this build, and in my build we're rocking double special. So need some double special finders. We got Void Siphon on so that Buried Bloodline make orbs for us when we get kills. We got on grenade kickstart, so whenever I throw my grenade, I get a chunk of grenade energy based on how many armor charges I have on, just to help the uptime of us getting our dust field grenade back even quicker, faster than the 40%. I mean, faster than the 4 kills of us getting devour kills and having a machine gun with demolitions on and whatnot. We got impact induction on, so whenever I cause power melee attack damage, we get grenade cooldown, and then also class ability uptime from us causing damage for our power melee. We got on 2 void ammo generation stats, so we get plus 40 ammo generation stat for our Buried Bloodline. So Buried Bloodline technically have 90 ammo generation stat, not 50. And then we got 1 resist mod, melee damage resist mod, since we will be close to enemies on purpose, so we get that extra damage resistance 15% from being close to people. If you don't need the extra void ammo generation, then you put on another different, you know, resist mod on based on what enemy and mission you're in, you know, what enemy you're fighting and whatnot. Lead piece, we got on 2 scavengers, strand scavenger and void scavenger, because I'm rocking 2 special weapons in this build, so I don't want to ever be out of special ammo. And then we got innervation on, so when I pick up an orb power, we get some grenade energy back, so we get our dust field grenade back quicker, even more. As you can see, I was getting my grenade back every 4 kills without even throwing these mods into the mix as well. So you'll be having your uptime on dust field grenade very consistently. We got Reaper on, so now I'm using my class ability, aka Ascension. We can make an orb and I kill an enemy. We got Bomber on, when I pop Ascension, we get grenade energy back for our dust field grenade. And then I got class font, just give me that plus 20 and my class ability stat. The stats you want to go for in this build is 200 class ability, so you can get that full overshield whenever you spam your Ascension, get that full extra health. 100 grenade stat just for the uptime for your dust field grenade, nothing more. And then we got 70 melee stat, so whenever we pop our Ascension, we'll get our melee back to spam threatened spike more to sever the enemies. Other than that, you can bump up your health stat if you want your health to come back quicker, or you can try to get above 100 weapon stat so you get some more ammo from picking up, you know, ammo bricks off the ground for your weapons. But who knows, maybe you want to just build into health stat so your health come back quicker, so you can be even more, you know, unkillable. But that is the build. It's good. I don't know what to say about it. It's unkillable, okay? Go have a ball. I did this in -50. I usually show y'all -40 gameplay, but because I was so confident about not being able to be killed in this, you know, in this build, I went -50 with the gameplay in the top right corner and stuff. So yeah, you can take this in Mythic if you want to be a team player. Just know when you're being a team player, that means you do less damage. That's just what it is. Yeah, just know that if you're a team player, you do less damage. You're here to survive. You're not here to do the dumb, insane damage like the other builds I usually show you guys. So with this build, no, you will be unkillable. You will support your teammates. You will distract the enemies and stuff. You will be doing the supporter role. You will not be the killer. Your teammates should be the killer if you're being this much of a support role for your teammates and being unkillable. Now on the screen right now, you should see the renewal grass build without the exotic class item. I end up running Navigator with this build. I end up running Yurtai Apex with this build with Attrition Orb and Chaos Reshape. Chaos Reshape heals you as well while you're fighting with it, and since it's a solo weapon, we'll be doing more damage with the Colorado Darkness and the artifact with Temporal Blast stuff on. You can take off Attrition Orb and go Demolitionist if that's what you prefer, or you can go Heal Clip if you want to just make sure you're getting heals from killing people with the SMG. All up to you. Yurtai is just an amazing SMG this season, so if you got one, it's perfect for the build. Pair that with Navigator. You don't have to run double special. Navigator gets the job done, severing enemies while I shoot, but also giving you weapon mail as you sever them enemies while you're shooting the gun, and you can heal your teammates with Navigator. Your heavy can be Outrageous Fortune to get that 30% from, again, from the artifact being a solo weapon, and it's just a strong weapon in general. Highly recommend Outrageous Fortune. But you also you can go the machine gun from Trials that can get Killing Tally and Killing Tally and Rampage on it. Very good for damaging and whatnot as well if you're using Navigator and stuff. Double special weapon build. Other than that, that's the build. Hope you guys love it and enjoy it. I have fun using this build whenever I want to play support for my teammates, you know, my friends that's new to the game. I can help support them for them to learn the mechanics and stuff without me carrying them. So this is like a good, you know, hold your teammate hand through new content for them to learn mechanics and whatnot type of build. And it's also a build you just want to be a tank. You know, if you want to be a hunter that's a tank, it's the build for you. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. And until next time, stay up.